All right, what's up, good people? This your boy ZTV back with another video, and then I just want to clear something up. I want to clarify how I know about Chris Tucker, and I'm gonna let everybody know right now before we get started. For starters, before I continue, and thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting on my videos. I appreciate it a lot. Now, without any further ado, let me just get started. And I'm gonna say this now too. If my video offends you, man, you don't gotta watch it no more. Because I'm not here to offend nobody, but this is just all facts. And this is coming from common sense. This is when common sense meets logic. Okay? And y'all gonna find out why I'm going so hard on Katt Williams, because this man is getting too old for this. Katt Williams is holding grudges from 15 years ago. He need to let stuff go. But we're going to take a look at some stuff that he said, because I watched this entire interview today while I was on my while I was at work. Okay, on my routes, in between time. I'm on my routes, and I listened to this entire interview. And I'm gonna just say this now off the top. This man was basically going on Club Shay Shay to vent and express how he really feels about individuals on here, including people that were innocent. Now, I'm basically gonna go over every lie that he told. Okay, stuff that I basically don't agree with, because he really didn't expose Hollywood all that much. The man just exposed himself. Okay. But before I continue, now I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna read a scripture out of the Bible, since this man likes to talk about God in here, and I'm gonna tell you another reason why too. Why I really don't like Katt Williams for this, and why he owes people an apology. Right? Because you're gonna find out. Because this man talks about God. He mentions God throughout the interview, but you can't be saying honoring God and sitting up here lying. You can't be honoring God and you throwing dirt on people's names. You can't be talking about God and you going at other comedians like Earthquake who did nothing to him, who don't even have beef with him. Now let me tell y'all something about being humble. And I want everybody to please listen to all the words that are coming out of my mouth. Because I'm a man of God. I'm a real man. I'm a minister, okay? I'm somebody who graduated from Bible college, from a university. Okay, I have my AA degree. So I know God well. I know the Bible well, okay? And I'm going to let you know how what Katt Williams was doing in his interview, that wasn't really godly. Some of that stuff was the devil, okay? Now, in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5, it reads, "Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yeah, all of you be subjected to one another, and be clothed with humility. For God resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble." Verse 6, "Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of God, that ye may exalt you in due time." One thing I've learned working in the entertainment industry is that you got to be humble. Okay? You got to be humble. You just can't be boasting and bragging. And you can't be holding on to old grudges, because it's not healthy at all. Okay? This man here is obviously angry. He's mad and he's bitter. Okay? But let's start off. Let me cover Chris Tucker now. This is how I know about Chris Tucker. Through my boy Jay Briggs. Now, if you go on Instagram, type in J_show24. That's JAY_ the word show, SHOW, and the number 24. J_show24. That's my boy Jay Briggs, who is the grandson of Pastor Blake, formerly known as Bishop Blake. Now, my previous pastor, Pastor Ron Hill, whose ministry I was under before I came to the church I am now for the last 3 years, Pastor Ron Hill is now the new bishop. Bishop Hill and Pastor Blake are friends. They've been knowing each other a long time. But yeah, Pastor Blake's grandson is my friend. That's my homie, Jay. Now, Jay is a piano player. He's an organ player. He goes on tour with a lot of different artists. This man has sung for, has played music for a lot of different people. Been around many celebrities. So Chris Tucker goes to his grandfather's church. This is how I know so much about Chris Tucker. Now you hit Jay show up. You hit Jay Briggs on Instagram and tell him you know Zach from Freedom. He'll say, yeah, that's my homie. Tell him you know Zach Hankins from Freedom or Zach Hankins from Love You, and he said, yeah, man, me and him go way back. He knows I don't like it when he calls me Zachy because it reminds me of my ex. But yeah, my boy Jay knows all about Chris Tucker. Okay, has had conversations with Chris Tucker and many other celebrities, especially ones that went to his grandfather's church. So I want y'all to see this, and this is the whole reason why I responded the way I did and did that video about Chris Tucker.
The Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Oh, nice. If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest.
Well, let's see again, man. Let's run that back. Man, let me see can I get a better video. Because I'm still trying to figure this out.
We miss John Witherspoon in a way that can't really be quantified, if I'm being honest with you. And the Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Oh, not Smokey. Oh, Lord.
My thing is, this is what I'm trying to figure out, y'all. Make this make sense. Why would you say that about Chris Tucker? Now, when he says it's Epstein Island Chris Tucker, just like this thing says, right? This man is calling Chris Tucker a pedophile. Now, for those who've seen the Sound of Freedom movie like I did with Tim Ballard, I saw that movie twice in 1 week. Now, people know how I feel about pedophiles. I saw that movie twice and paid for other people to go see it. Basically, what Katt Williams was saying, he's calling Chris Tucker a man that molests children. A sex deviant. Orgy having somebody that's been doing all kinds of nasty things on that island. Because that's what was going on in Epstein's Island. There's people that have been involved in sex trafficking, having sex with little boys and little girls. Nasty. Okay? Why would you say that about a man of God? And this is like I told y'all in my in that video. Chris Tucker in the last 20 years is a born-again Christian. He gave his life to God. He's been taking God seriously. That's one of the reasons why Chris Tucker ain't been in too much projects in Hollywood like that no more. Not like he was when he was doing Rush Hour series, Dead Presidents, and even the First Friday movie. Yes, the man don't like weed. That's true. But again, this man was never gonna come back to do another Friday. And I don't know why I don't understand why Shannon Sharp even asked Chris Tucker that stupid question. Chris Tucker knew the answer to that because Shannon Sharp knew the answer to Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker was also on Shannon Sharp's show, Club Shay Shay, 2 years ago. And he told him, and y'all go check that video out. Go check out the video where Chris Tucker was on Club Shay Shay and told him the reasons why he didn't do the other Friday movies. So to me, I felt that was just out of bounds. And this is a Chris Tucker, again, that never really did or said anything negative about Katt Williams at all, from what I can remember. Chris Tucker been staying out the way. So that was a lie. Saying he's Epstein Chris Tucker, that's not funny at all. It's really not. Now, for those of you who don't know what's going on, Epstein died in jail recently. The man passed away in prison, whether he was murdered or murked. Either way it go, that man got what he had coming to him. And that 200 name list that he supposedly had, I can almost 100% guarantee you for sure Chris Tucker's name not going to be on that list. Yeah, my boy Jay got many celebrity stories, but he has had conversations with Chris Tucker. No, Chris Tucker's a man of God who goes to Pastor Blake's church, West Angeles. That's the name of the church, West Angeles. Y'all can go Google that and go type that in, and you'll see Chris Tucker's pictures on those images. Chris Tucker currently attends West Angeles. Like I told you, him and Tiny Lester both attended West Angeles. Well, Tiny Lester attended before he passed, but they were real close friends, even when Friday ended. So no, man, that man wasn't true right there. That was a lie. Now let's take a look at Kevin Hart. I'm gonna show you the reason why Katt Williams hates Kevin Hart so much, and this is why. Look at that. Kevin Hart has made millions from his comedy career, business ventures, and investments. Hart has a net worth of $450 million. And this is true. This is facts. Kevin Hart has been on Forbes multiple times. Not Katt Williams. This is why he don't like Kevin Hart. Because Kevin Hart became everything Katt Williams wanted to be. It was supposed to be. Now, let's hear what Kevin Hart had to say. I want people to see this. I want people to pay attention. Okay? Listen to what this man does. Because this was 5 years ago. Okay? Katt Williams been going at Kevin Hart for a while. Again, holding grudges. Not being humble.
The guy that sits on top right now has taken advantage of all the money that I have. I've shot over 56 specials for the up-and-coming generation of comedy. Why? Because I'm trying to create opportunities for others. So rather than complaining about it, I'm fixing it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I also take full responsibility for any and everything that I've done in the fucking business. Good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one
You
point.
were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
And I'm gonna say this too, man. Like I said in that video, the first time I was doing with Chris Tucker, Katt Williams has been arrested multiple times. He has a criminal background. He has a criminal record. The stuff that Faison Love told you about Katt Williams, that's actually true. There's some truth to that. Katt Williams has been stealing. The man been doing all kinds of crime to get money. Like selling stolen radios. There's some truth to that. And remember, this is the Katt Williams that did go in on Faison Love multiple times. Talk about Faison Love, the stuff he ain't did and what he didn't do. And Faison Love had deals long before Katt Williams even broke out in Hollywood. Like, Faison Love was on the Parenthood with Robert Townsend way back in the 90s. Again, Faison Love was also on the First Friday movie with Chris Tucker and John Witherspoon. That's Big Worm. Faison Love did a whole lot of stuff long before Katt Williams even broke out. This is why I mean you got to respect your elders. Like what Katt Williams had been doing the last 15 years, Faison Love already did 20, 30 years ago. But even then, like I told you, Katt Williams was seen getting beat up by a little kid. See, if Kevin Hart really wants to, he could really go in on Katt Williams. Like, really. Like, matter of fact, Kevin Hart can hit Club Shay, could hit Shannon Sharp and say, let me be able to get on the next episode of Club Shay Shay. And really go in on Katt Williams. And expose all his dirt out there. But he's not going to do it. Because Kevin Hart is too busy focused on Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is too busy with his ventures. Kevin Hart is too busy making money out here. Getting it back. And helping his people out. And I'm going to say this now, man. Katt Williams need to be careful trying to challenge this man in Philadelphia. He's begging for it. This is not wise. But let's continue.
Was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lunel. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of...
Let me also add this too. Because Taraji P. Henson is going through it right now. Because she just did a movie, right? She just did a movie that's getting ready to be released. And the people in the movie who are non-black are getting paid a lot more money than she is. And this is what she's pissed off. Taraji P. Henson having problems with her contract. She has a problem with her agency or manager over money and funds she's not getting that she feels entitled to. Kevin Hart now once in that interview even had Taraji P. Henson's back at all. You don't see him sticking up for Taraji. You don't see him saying anything to help Taraji. I'm just going to add that. And Katt Williams has been going hard on women like Wanda Sykes, by the way. Going hard on Wanda. Wanda didn't do nothing to him. Right? I just want to add that before we continue.
Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I brought my guys and girls up.
And that's what Katt Williams did in that interview of Club Shay Shay. That man was trashing Ricky Smiley, trashing Earthquake. This man said Earthquake is illiterate. Again, I don't gotta make this up. Y'all can see the interview for yourself. Saying Earthquake is illiterate, and this is why he couldn't get a whole lot of deals in Hollywood. This man talked about Tyler Perry. And I think I might do a separate video on Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry bought off BET. This is a Tyler Perry that bought back BET and made it black again. From the previous owners who hadn't been white. The white folks who had it before Tyler got it now was ruining the network. Straight ruining it. Had anything on there. The BET Awards was just trashy, like raunchy. Now, Tyler Perry has bought it back and wants to, and Tyler Perry buys this, bought BET back and wants to make it great again and make it decent again. Then why would Katt Williams even trash this man? And I'm going to say this too. Tyler Perry has at least 3 or 4 movies without the Madea character in it. People forgot. Tyler Perry has played Charles, Pop Charles, from Why Did I Get Married? No, not Why Did I Got Married. It was Diary of a Bad Black Woman to play. He's played his Charles character. Then the man has played Joe. But he has at least movies like Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2 with Janet Jackson, Malik Yoba, Michael J. White. That was an all-star cast. Both of those movies, Madea didn't appear in it at all. It was just him as playing a masculine role. Then he played another movie where he's a CEO of a company helping this struggling single mother, black mother who's raising her daughter on her own, with the daddy wasn't around. He played in that movie. I forget what name it was, but he played in that movie too. Tyler Perry is a real good actor, who, by the way, has a much bigger platform than Katt Williams, doing way better than him. Tyler Perry has his own enterprise. That man has helped many of black people, way more than what Katt Williams has been doing. But let's continue.
Brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities that I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You fuck you. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't.
By the way, you'll never hear Katt Williams going hard on Seinfeld. I noticed that. Where is the energy for Roseanne Barr? Now, Roseanne Barr has shown her racism clearly. This is Roseanne Barr who basically dressed up as Adolf Hitler in a Halloween episode she did one time on her platforms. This is Roseanne Barr that said something real negative about one of Barack Obama's lady senators that was on his cabinet. I think she was like not even vice president. She worked on his cabinet. This is one of the women that worked under Michelle Obama in his cabinet. She said something real negative about her publicly. I can't remember her name right now, but this was from way back. This was like 2018. And I remember covering that on my old channel. Yeah, no energy for Roseanne Barr. Matter of fact, speaking of Seinfeld, what about the one who played Kelsey? Now, Kelsey is another stand-up comedian like Seinfeld. Kelsey, at one time, was seen saying the N-word in a show he did. It was ran out of town for it. Katt Williams would never go hard on non-black people, as much as he did on this Club Shay Shay interview. This man went hard on max black people. All black comedians he went hard on. But you will never hear him talk about George Lopez at all. You'll never hear him talk about James Carey, let alone Drew Carey, from the Drew Carey Show, the one who does The Price is Right. You'll never go all hard on him. I noticed that. I need people to pay attention to that. Why is he going hard on black people so much? It's sickening.
You hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear fucking who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your shit. Don't shit on my sister Light because you're not happy with your shit.
Which is the reason why Kevin Hart told him to get that anger out of him. It's sad. Kevin Hart knows Katt Williams all too well, people. And you can tell, man, Katt Williams is angry. And I mean straight up anger. All right? Again, he went on Club Shay Shay to vent on there. to explain how he really feels about former fellow comedians, his peers. And this man even went as far to say these people are taking shortcuts, right? They not working hard. He said these mean things, man, that don't make sense. But that's why he really don't like Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart hold that man accountable for his actions. Now, let's go to Steve Harvey. So this man is so obsessed with Steve Harvey. I want y'all to see this, man. We're gonna read this, right? And I want you to see this, man. Because again, man, y'all gotta understand, Steve Harvey goes way back. Look at that early career, right? It says shortly after he attended King University and as a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, but never graduated. While Harvey was talking about overcoming his early life and educational obstacles, he later conceded, "It really threw my life into a downward spiral, and I regret not getting that degree." So this is a man, Steve Harvey, who's not college educated. But let's continue, right? I want y'all to see this. Because for him going at Steve Harvey, this is why I keep referring back to respecting your elders. So Harvey has been a boxer, an auto worker, an insurance salesman, a carpet cleaner, and a mail carrier. He first performed stand-up comedy on October 8th, 1985 at the Hilarities Comedy Club in Cleveland, Ohio. You know, I find that odd, right? Katt Williams is from Ohio. He's from Cincinnati. In the late 1980s, Harvey was homeless. So when Kevin Hart told you, Katt Williams said that Steve Harvey was never homeless, that's a lie. And let me remind you, this is Steve Harvey, who's 66 years old. This says Harvey was homeless for 3 years. He slept in his 1976 Ford when not performing gigs that provided a hotel. That he showered at gas stations or swimming showers. Rich and Becky List helped Harvey during this time with a contract for carpet cleaning and credit at a travel agency. Listen, man, Katt Williams was not around Steve Harvey when Steve Harvey was homeless. In 1985, Katt Williams was probably in grade school, most likely in middle school. That didn't make an ounce of sense. Again, he's hating on that man. Look at 1990 through 2000. Now let me explain the Mark Cooper beef. Harvey was a finalist in the second annual Joni Walker National Comedy Search, performing on April 16, 1990, eventually leading to a long stint as a host of its Showtime at the Apollo, the original one, succeeding Mark Curry in that role. So let's just check this out, right? Because Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Mark Curry did that in 92. Yes. Steve Harvey's show is based on him being a teacher just like Mark Curry was. But for Katt Williams to say that Steve Harvey was stealing from Mark Curry, I can say that Mark Curry was stealing from Principal Joe Clark, which was Morgan Freeman's character in Lean On Me. Wasn't in Lean On Me, wasn't he a principal of that movie? Huh? Come on now. Y'all go watch Lean On Me. Then go watch Hang On Mr. Cooper. Then go watch Steve Harvey's show. And you're going to see the similarities. And even Mark Cooper was dressing like, Hang On Mr. Cooper was dressing like Joe Clark. The same type of outfits, the same type of suits. That's where they got the idea from. So you can't say that Steve Harvey was stealing from Mark Curry and Mark Curry was taken from Morgan Freeman's Joe Clark character, which he was probably inspired by. Okay? Look, his success as a stand-up comedian led to a starring role on a short-lived ABC series, Me and the Boys, in 1994. So he was already doing another show before the Steve Harvey show, which was in 96 to 2002. And look at that. In 97, Harvey continues work in stand-up comedy, performing with the Kings of Comedy tour, along with Cedric the Entertainer, Dia Hughley, and Bernie Mac. Katt Williams was nowhere around then. Nowhere. And again, that was in 97, not 98. So, again, Katt Williams capped. Now, I'm going to remind you, in 1985, right? In 1985, this is how far back Steve Harvey goes, which is why Katt Williams needs to seriously stop his beef. He needs to stop talking. Steve Harvey went on tour and was performing around the same time as Richard Pryor, Red Fox, John Witherspoon, and Eddie Murphy's brother, Charlie Murphy, God rest their souls, along with Robin Williams, rest in peace. Not Robert Williams, Robin Williams. The man that played Kid's daddy on House Party 1. That was an actual stand-up comedian. Big one back then. R.I.P. Eddie Murphy was funny back then. Eddie Murphy was big time in his stand-up. Did records of his stand-up comedy. So Steve Harvey was around Goliaths in the comedy world, the original comedy kings. And that stuff about Bernie Mac, look, man, I wasn't trying to hear nothing negative about Bernie. The stuff that Steve Harvey supposedly did to Bernie Mac, that's water under the bridge. You should have left that alone. Bernie Mac been gone for 15 years. He should, again, I don't want to hear nothing negative about Bernie. You let Bernie Mac rest in peace. Now, let's cover another lie he told. Let's look at Guy Torrey. And again, I need people to pay attention.
This Katt Williams situation, man. I normally don't get into stuff like this. But since my
By the way, salute the Forgotten Kings TV. Y'all subscribe to this man's channel here. Right? He gets a subscribe from me. And a like. Again, he brings you this real.
It was mentioned, I need to clear some things up real quick. First of all, I'm not taking any sides, man. You know what? He mentioned Fat Tuesdays. He mentioned my documentary on Amazon Prime right now, which is streaming strong. And he mentioned it was a beautifully done documentary, which it was. But we told no lies. And it was mentioned that in the Club Shay Shay interview that Cedric did not come through Fat Tuesdays, which is not true. Check it out. Cedric the Entertainer and Joe Torre, 1995.
Look at that, right? That's Cedric. So what is he talking about? Like I said, man, that's what I told you, man. Katt Williams was obviously high when he did this video. When he did that interview, he was high or drunk. Because again, man, Guy Torrey got receipts. Look at it. There's Cedric. And that's a young Cedric Entertainer. That's probably Cedric Entertainer was probably in his mid-20s. I don't think he was even in his 30s yet. That's a young Cedric. But now y'all see it. Let's continue.
Fat Tuesdays. The Katt Williams himself, film director F. Gary Gray, Chris Rock, Guy Torrey, Cedric the Entertainer. Some closer looks. Cedric the Entertainer.
Started out as one night.
He's in the doc too. Yeah.
And by the way, Cedric the Entertainer also responded. Right? And my thing is, man, I don't know why, again, man, I don't understand why he mentions Cedric the Entertainer. Because once again, Cedric the Entertainer is innocent. Cedric the Entertainer, again, has never really came at Katt Williams foul like that. Never. You know, I don't understand why he would say something, but again, and even then, man, this man said something about punching Cedric the Entertainer in the stomach, going at Cedric the Entertainer violent. Look, Katt Williams ain't gonna lay not one hand on Cedric. Come on now, Cedric the Entertainer is bigger than him. Like it's just ridiculous.
What's up? Said when addressed this Katt Williams thing one time, man. I saw people on there really comment about that. Look, I have no idea what this brother is talking about. That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30-something years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably had been doing that joke 6-7 years before that. I don't even know if Katt was doing comedy then. So, you know, again, you're a talented brother. I have no idea what he's talking about. I've never seen Katt do a space shuttle joke. So, you know, there may be something that he believes is true. I've written a lot of jokes. I've had a lot of comedians steal my jokes as well. So I understand if you feel, you know, slighted by that, but that's my joke. That's my joke, dog. Drive a space shuttle to the moon, cigarette, cutie pie rocking in the background, parallel parking the space shuttle. It's my joke, dog. So that's what I believe it to be. So, all right.
Now you heard that, right? That was Cedric. That was a sound bit from Cedric the Entertainer. Cedric the Entertainer doesn't have a reason to steal nobody's jokes neither, man. Again, the stuff he said about Cedric, again, false. Okay, I told y'all, man, this man is capping. But let's continue. Because again, man, people got receipts on Katt Williams. That man came over to try to get himself relevant like Michael Blackson told y'all.
Haven't seen it, go check it out. Go check out the whole doc, all 3 series. Steve Harvey was mentioned in that same sentence. We never said Steve Harvey performed at Fat Tuesdays, but he was there. Steve Harvey, Guy Torrey, Martin Lawrence, Cedric the Entertainer. 1999, my 30th birthday party, Fat Tuesdays. Okay. It was mentioned of Tiffany Haddish.
I remember trying to get on Fat Tuesday shows. At the time, I was 16.
We
we never claimed that Tiffany Haddish came through Fat Tuesdays. She was there. We mentioned that she couldn't get in and she used a fake ID, but we never said that she actually came up through Fat Tuesdays.
But once again, man, why does he keep going at Tiffany Haddish? Now, and again, that's what Kevin Hart was saying back then. Again, this man is mad at people that are in the up and coming. This is what y'all gotta say, man. Katt Williams has a sickness. There's something wrong with him. He needs counseling. That man needs help. That man constantly attacks people, man, that ain't doing nothing to him. They're just trying to get their fame. They're just trying to get established. He does this because he's bitter and jealous of people who rise up and surpass him. He can't stand for somebody to make it. Y'all go kind of find out. 52-year-old man talking like this is crazy.
She's done a Fat Tuesday show down at the Novo, one of my reunion shows, but she didn't do the original Fat Tuesdays. And we didn't claim that she did, and she didn't claim that she did. So that's that. And then also Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, came to Fat Tuesdays several times. And yeah, I mean, he gives Fat Tuesdays a lot of love. Check it out.
That's why it was important, man. For guys that don't know where to go or have no idea how to get an agent or how to get into the industry, this was the place to go and do that.
Now look, at least Guy Torrey used his platform, Fat Tuesdays, to put people on. Again, what has Katt Williams been doing? That's what I'm saying, y'all. This is black hate. He's jealous and envious of other people. They're doing better than him, by the way. Now you see Kevin Hart, right? That's what I'm saying. Katt Williams needs to seriously stop it. I don't know why you challenge Kevin Hart. Because again, Kevin Hart got ammunition for days. Kevin Hart's going to embarrass Katt. You can't challenge that man. Again, now y'all see where the hate is coming from. Katt Williams is mad and bitter and envious of other black people that rise and get bigger. They become bigger than him. And he's mad at that. Because Katt Williams tries to put himself above people. And that's got to stop. When Katt Williams ain't did half the stuff these people are doing. Come on now, man. People got receipts. So, I'm just letting y'all see this now. That people that's going on the comment section saying that these celebrities, these comedians that he called out ain't responding, well, you see otherwise. Now, let's cover the Ricky Smiley thing he said about Friday. Because this is Ice Cube. Now, you're going to hear it from Ice Cube's mouth. Now, he said that Ricky Smiley, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's true. Ricky Smiley did read for the role of Money Mike before Katt Williams did. Now, yes, they wind up giving Katt Williams the role, obviously, which was great for him. But that part you said where Ricky Smiley is getting raped, why would Ricky Smiley be in a rape film? Why would Ricky Smiley be in any role where he's getting raped? That didn't make sense. But now let's hear Ice Cube clarify that and clear that up. Because again, Katt Williams is talking crazy. Again, you can't be a man of God lying on somebody. Because God, the Bible says a liar won't tarry in God's sight.
At that point in everybody's career, we would listen to a certain extent, but we wasn't gonna change the movie for any actor. We do what we feel, and if it was a rape scene, it would have been in the movie. It was no reason not to shoot it. But that's not my style. I don't even like that kind of shit in movies, on camera. And so, that was, to me, a little discrepancy there. Katt.
And by the way, Ricky Smiley responded. And he had the other producer that was a part of the next Friday or Friday after next. He called him on the phone and even confirmed it. He read for Money Mike before Katt Williams got it. So that stuff he said about Ricky Smiley, again, man, slow down. Saying Ricky Smiley can't act, you've been doing the same women joke for years. Like, look, man, Ricky Smiley makes his money. Ricky Smiley stays in his own lane. Again, you don't see Ricky Smiley coming at Katt Williams as much as Katt Williams is coming at Ricky Smiley neither. I noticed that too, man. Like, what does he have against Ricky Smiley? He mentioned Ricky Smiley's name multiple times in his interview. It didn't make sense.
He wrote a lot of his part because, like I said, he was giving us jewels, so we were keeping the camera rolling. He was coming off the dome. He was coming prepared every day. to steal the show. You know, that was his mission. And, you know, that's what he did, you know, with the movie. And it launched his career, you know. And I'm proud of the movie. I'm proud of all the guys who've, you know, come through, you know, Acute Vision Production and went on to do bigger and better things. And look, you know, a lot of people are talking about pay and how much they was paid on these movies that were extremely low budget. You know, most of these guys work a couple of days, you know. And when you're doing a movie, there's over 100 people working on the movie that need to get paid. Most of them got to get paid every day. And there's pre-production and post-production. Even after you finish with the actors, you got to pay editors and sound people. And my movies are all about quality, so most of the money go up on the screen. I'm not giving you no bullshit. I'm not giving you no low budget, you know, shit you can laugh at because it's so cheap. So, you know, we try to put all the money on the screen. And so any actor that's mad at what they got paid, you know, just look at what you was doing. Look at where your career was at the time. Take a look at where it is now. And Friday has something to do with that, I believe. And I put a lot of people in movies, but they ain't never put me in a movie. So.
And I don't remember Katt Williams trying to ask Ice Cube to do a movie. I don't remember Katt Williams ever trying to do a movie and asking Ice Cube to be in it either. That's another thing. Why Katt Williams needs to stop talking about other people, man, and talk about other people's downfalls. Since when has Katt Williams ever did a movie trying to invite Ice Cube to be a part of it? That's why Ice Cube had to clear this stuff up. Because Katt Williams did mention people's money and people being ungrateful. Like, look, man, that's none of his business. But again, people, I'm showing y'all this for a reason. Katt Williams is saying a lot of stuff, man. Some of this stuff is not accurate at all. And it's capping. He's making stuff up to get himself relevant for you to be talking. There's people that believe this garbage. Believe that nonsense. Now, we're going to end it with Ari Spears. Because again, Katt Williams called Ari Spears his enemy. Which I still don't understand. Ari Spears has never crossed paths with Katt Williams in a negative way. Ari Spears has never came at Katt Williams sideways. Ari Spears has never did Katt Williams dirty. Man, they never had no beef or no drama. But Ari Spears is going to break it down perfectly. Now, I need everybody to pay attention because this is food for the soul. And this is regarding the entire black community because people need to hear this. Because I agree with everything Ari Spears is saying, and I support this man on this 100. I got his back. I'm in his corner with this because Katt Williams needs to seriously be checked.
Ari Spears here. You know, a lot of people have been asking me on the Instagram about my thoughts on the Katt Williams situation, and he did mention me, which was a head scratcher because I don't know what I did to him. And, you know, I was going to save this for my podcast, but I might as well kind of get into it now. And basically, I'm going to repeat the same thing on my podcast. And, you know, again, people ask me what I thought about it. And I'm going to say this. You know, I think it's sad. It saddens me to know that my people, the people I love, black people, as well as everybody else, but my people come first. Black people, we love drama. We love drama. We stew in it. We love it so much that we allow it to be detrimental to the progress of us and a culture. We absolutely love it. Because I'm asking myself, why did he do something that was both unnecessary and absolutely pointless? And in reading the comments, you know, it's I could tell we love drama by the shit we say, you know. Protect Katt at all costs. We gotta protect Katt. He the GOAT. He the GOAT. And I want to address both those things. All right, number one, the GOAT thing is a useless title. Every comedian, every entertainer, and every performer is the GOAT to their fan base. Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer are the GOATs to their fan base. Wanda Sykes, everybody he called out, Ricky Smiley, Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker, they're all GOATs to their fan base. I get called a GOAT and a legend all the time. If you think I'm tooting my own horn, look at my comedy clips. Go through the comments. Aries, you a GOAT. You a legend. While that's flattering, it's a useless title. There can only be one GOAT, and his name was Richard fucking Pryor.
And let me add to that. So I told y'all, man, Richard Pryor is still the greatest. Richard Pryor is considered like the Bill Russell of comedy. Now, in my list, this is how it goes. It goes Richard Pryor, then Eddie Murphy, then Red Fox, then Bernie Mac, and then Steve Harvey, Cedric down the line. Okay? Now, Katt Williams is funny, and I appreciate a lot of the stuff that Katt Williams has done. But let's just be honest, man. Katt Williams is not necessarily like top tier like that. Again, a lot of the people he mentioned, like Cedric and Steve Harvey, are better than him. Like, he'll never surpass Steve Harvey, and that's the problem. Katt Williams wants to be Steve Harvey and can't. He can't best him. Same thing with Cedric. That's why he accused even Cedric and Tanner stealing joke. Like, Cedric's like, no, man, these are my jokes. That's my joke. Right? And even Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, again, has surpassed Katt Williams. Because it's true, Katt Williams is supposed to be the guy. You know, everybody got their opinions, man, but it's sad. But let's continue.
Yeah, I remember one of my favorite things to watch was the 30 for 30 with Shaq on ESPN when he was playing for the Orlando Magic. And in his younger days, he goes, when people would ask me, whose team is it? When you're in your 20s, you care about shit like that. I had to let people know it was my team. But as I got older, I realized that's a useless title because the ultimate goal was to win a championship. So as far as y'all saying who the GOAT is, Katt is your GOAT. I understand that. But that's a useless title. Then you say things like, we got to protect Katt at all costs. Protect him at all costs. Did he cure cancer? Did he cure AIDS? Did he end racism? Did he figure out black poverty? Turn the fucking volume down. Protect Katt at all costs. Knock it off. Keep it in perspective. This is a news cycle. That's all this is. It's a news cycle. This ain't curing cancer. This ain't nothing to protect nobody about. Oh, he shook up Hollywood. He exposed Hollywood. Ooh, he told the truth. Again, to me, this is pointless. What did he do? What did he change? He didn't change anything. Steve Harvey is still going to be Steve Harvey. The success, the fame, the money, the momentum, the adulation, the respect, the adoration from the fans is still going to all be there. Same thing with Cedric. Same thing with Chris Tucker. Same thing with Ludacris. Same thing with Wanda Sykes. Same thing with me. Same thing with Ricky Smiley. Everybody that he named will still go on. Nothing has changed. All right? This wasn't life or world changing. It's a news cycle. And it's funny because this is why I say social media is both a blessing and a curse and dangerous. This phone, this device gives everybody a platform. Everybody gets to be heard, which is power. And everybody don't deserve power.
Which is facts. I expose the people that don't deserve no power on my channels, on my platforms. And see, there's a lot of people that's instigating drama. They want Katt Williams to keep going. They enable Katt Williams to keep this stuff going, keep all this drama going. They want somebody to confront Katt Williams and get into a fight. Like even now, Katt Williams is trying to challenge Kevin Hart, putting up, what was it? I think it was a 500 million, right? Or 500,000 to challenge him to another standoff in Kevin Hart's hometown. Now knowing that, for one, Kevin Hart got home field advantage, but two, it's like, bro, like I don't get it. Like Kevin Hart has nothing to prove to him. It's like he's just so angry at Kevin Hart. Even Steve Harvey, he cannot let stuff go. And there's people that keep trying to instigate that. And they keep spreading lies. Again, there's people that saying that, oh, Katt Williams got people shook, right? Nobody's denying it. I just showed y'all at least three other comedians that have denied it on this video, including Ari Spears here, are denying the stuff he's saying is false. They're denying that it's true. Okay, which I told y'all, Katt Williams was high and drunk when he went on Club Shay Shay. Again, Katt Williams came on there to hate on his own kind, which is sad. But let's continue. Because, again, y'all need to hear this.
I'm reading some of the comments about Kevin, and I'm reading stupid shit like, oh man, Kevin's fan base is turning on him now. Katt done made it so his fan base is turning on him now. Kevin ain't never been funny. He ain't funnier than Katt. Well, first of all of that is subjective. Secondly, the people are saying that Kevin ain't funny, or he ain't funnier than Katt, were never Kevin Hart fans to begin with. Don't get it twisted. Kevin Hart is a global phenomenon. He's globally famous. He can go anywhere in the world and sell out a whole arena or stadium by himself. The box office movie receipts don't lie. The receipts at the ticket gate that you go through when you go to the arena sold out, don't lie. So for all these people that think that Katt has turned the world on its axis about Kevin, knock it off. Turn the volume down. Kevin is just fine. And again, those people saying that negative shit about Kevin were never fans to begin with. But you let people tell it, average Joes who now have power because of the phone and the platform, oh, we must, Katt exposed the Illuminati. We must stop giving our money to these devil worshippers. We must take our power back. What power? You're not that serious. You're not that important. Stay in your lane. And last but not least, here's this. While we're all focusing so hardly on what Katt did, which again, I think was unnecessary and pointless, there's a young, beautiful black actress who we all know and love, who recently has been all over social media, literally in tears, because she's not getting the money that her white female counterparts get. Taraji B. Henson. So while we're all focusing on the Katt Williams hype drama news cycle, there's that. So my point is this. Instead of Katt using his platform and his mouthpiece and his power and his influence for drama and a news cycle that's going to be gone when the next hot news cycle comes along, why don't we use our powers and our platform to figure out how we as a community in Black Hollywood can come together and amass our own wealth, build our own empire, be like Jeffrey Katzenberg, Michael Eisenberg, and Steven Spielberg. I know I'm fucking one of their names up, but form our own DreamWorks. Tyler Perry is cool, but that's all we got. Why don't we figure out how to make it so that we don't have to come to them hat in hand and wait for them to feed us? And then once we make the money that we need to make building our own empire, funnel that money back into our communities and our ghettos and our neighborhoods and our streets so that we could build back up before the Tulsa, Oklahoma City massacre and have our own shit and be well-to-do. Wouldn't that be a better use of one's power and one's influence and one's mouthpiece than to create a news cycle? Because all Katt did was do what we as kids would do on the playground in elementary school or middle school. It was like a rap battle or a roast session. Katt said what he said, and my people, black people who I love, who love drama, got a chance to go, oh, did you hear what he said? Oh, he shook up the game. He exposed Hollywood, the Illuminati. Oh, that's all he did. And black people, y'all live for that. Y'all live for that drama. We focused on that when we should be focused on how do we form like the Avengers and really take this motherfucker over. Because we know what we do when we come together and we get our heads right. Let that be the focus and not a temporary news cycle. And you know, I want to add this little tidbit because I know there will be people that will say in the comments, well, you know, what about you, Aries? You've been on social media and have blasted people and have said things before. And it's like, you know what? I have. And there are some things that I've said that I obviously regret. And then there are other things that I've said that I may not necessarily regret. But at the end of the day, I got to grow up. It's about growth. I'm tired of being a 48-year-old, 15-year-old. I got to grow up. And the last thing is this. You know, I know there are people, and this is what I mean when I say we love drama. There will be people in the comments that will say shit like, man, y'all don't want that smoke. All the comedians he talked about are all running like roaches with the lights on. They don't want that smoke. First of all, listen, man, we're all professional comedians, which is to say we're all professional shit talkers. We all come from the same streets, whether it's the streets of Detroit, streets of Chicago, LA, DC, Philly, New York, Atlanta, Birmingham. We all come from the same streets called struggle. poverty, humble beginnings. And in order for you to overcome that, you got to be fearless in your heart. Ain't nobody scared of Katt Williams. Ain't nobody scared. Ain't nobody worried about smoke. I'm just saying, let's use our powers for the greater good.
And he said it best right there. Katt Williams needs to grow up. Because the stuff he said on Shannon Sharp's show, I expected from somebody at DJ Academic's age. Somebody in their mid to late 20s or a little younger whose career is struggling. They're not going the way it is, and they're frustrated. They're pissed off. But for a 52-year-old man, like his age, man, that's Katt Williams, and you got grandkids now, like, what example are you setting doing that? Like, Katt Williams don't know, but he doing to certain white folks in this country that do hate black folks and calls the N-word behind closed doors, he doing their job for him. Because we turn against each other. Like Ari Spears says, Ari Spears said it best, we are addicted to drama. We are. This is why black folks ain't taken seriously by these other ethnicities. Why the Jews, the West Indians, the Asians, Samoans, they don't take us seriously like that. We're not respected like we should be. This is why American blacks are given such a bad name. Because Katt Williams continues this ignorance. All that man did was hate on other successful black people. That's all he did. Other successful black comedians that worked very hard to get to where they are. And they had to grind. That's what one of my ex-coworkers, Commander James used to say. Captain James used to say at my old hotel I worked at. He says, a black man, you got to work 10 times harder than everybody else around you. Because it's the odds was against you since day one. He said this. And that stayed with me. Let me say this again. Captain James from my other hotel I used to work at for 7 years, he said this. He says, as a black person, you got to work 10 times harder than white folks or any other ethnicity. Because the odds were stacked up against you since day one. Katt Williams always even forgot where he came from. And he forgot about the struggle. The man need to stop hating because he messed his own career up a long time ago. Right? The reason why Katt Williams can't get a lot of deals because he screwed up. Again, on them drugs, on that alcohol, cracked out. Out there wilding. Okay? Like Kevin Hart told you in that old interview he did on the Breakfast Club. That man didn't show up for work. He messed up on a lot of deals. He wasn't honoring his contract. So Katt Williams was to take his anger out on everybody else because he's depressed. And you can see it in him. And he's not that relevant either. In the last 5 years, Kevin, what have you ever seen Katt Williams do? Right? You ain't never seen him do too many shows or too many projects that was major. Like, come on now. But yet, Steve Harvey continues to thrive. Kevin Hart continues to rise. So that's all I'm saying, man. But that's it. I want to clear that up. And I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Those of you who come on my video going hard, now you see you cannot take Katt Williams seriously. Take that interview he did on Club Shay Shay with a grain of salt. Because half that stuff is not even true. Okay? Let's just say it's 50% true, 50% false. And or BS. Then I'm not going to agree with. That's it, y'all. Like, subscribe, comment if you feel like. Stay blessed, stay tuned as always.